Late one night in July of 2016, an anonymous user on 4chan posted about a mysterious album they found at a charity shop in England. No matter how hard they looked, this anonymous user couldn't find a single scrap of information about it online, and wanted to know if anyone on 4chan's music board recognized anything about this bizarre album. Little did that user know, this post would begin one of the greatest lost media searches of all time, the search for 4chan's lost band, Panchiko.
Hey, I've picked this up because it looked interesting. I wasn't able to find any reference to it online whatsoever. Even with super obscure bands, you might expect to find some old MySpace page or mention in some forum. Does anybody recognise the album? I half expected it to be noise pop or some vaporwave wankery. Listening to it now, track 1 is like hella lo-fi shoegaze with noise panning back and forth. This isn't some viral marketing bullshit. I'm just curious if anyone can shed some light on it, and I'm slightly excited by the prospect of owning a rare album.
This post also included a picture of the album, named Death Metal by the band Panchiko. There was also an Imager link which showed some more information about the band. Initially, most of 4chan was skeptical and thought it was just some elaborate marketing scheme. However, there were a few users who were deeply interested, and most of them were asking for one thing. They want to hear the music from this mysterious album.
Try sharing it. Looks like a bootleg compilation similar to Bowie Pop, QR. Also, I swear the cover is a Death Grips reference.
Probably made by local lads for secondary school and it never went anywhere. Upload it though.
I'm eager to hear it.
The original poster popped the CD into their computer and uploaded the first track to a file sharing service for all to hear. So users on 4chan downloaded the track, and this is what they heard. Fortune users were mystified. Unlike what the album name suggested, this song was relaxing and felt like it was something out of a nice dream. However, many users noticed a strange background noise that was present during the whole song, and once the original poster uploaded the tracks, that same noise seemed to be apparent throughout the whole album.
Okay, I think I'm going crazy. This sounds like the CD wasn't properly burned or has a weird dithering algorithm. Maybe the noise isn't supposed to be there. Besides, it's just really weirdly mixed, and there's the same noise in all songs. That would explain it.
Some users assumed that the distortion was there on purpose, while others believed it could have been anything from disc rot to a bad CD player to even improper burning of the disc itself. But despite the distortions, most users thought the song was actually pretty amazing. Although there were a few haters, this user was just one of many who really enjoyed the song.
It's a masterpiece.
Thanks, Anon. This is actually pretty good, really noisy and chill. Honestly been looking for shit like this.
Just finished listening to it. It's pretty cool. I definitely felt some feels.
4chan was now more determined than ever to find the origins of this album, so they got to work. They first began by scouring the internet to see if they could find anything about the band or album name. One user was able to find a 2000s rock band called Panchiko. However, their style seemed way different, and after looking through their various albums and singles, it was clear that it wasn't them. Unfortunately, after some more thorough investigations online, none of the users on 4chan were able to find anything. This was strange because usually when they search for something specific like this, they'll find an old forum or page that references it. But there was literally nothing to work with. So 4chan knew this band had to be extremely obscure. So users in the thread began to look deeper. They decided that the best place to start was by looking at the album itself. There had to be something on there that could be key to solving this. The cover shows an anime figure. There are also a few blurry stickers from what seems to be where the original poster bought it from. The 4chan user also provided a picture of the back of the album, which included a bit more information. It showed that it was released in the year 2000. Along with this, it listed the band members' first names: Owain, Andy, Sean, and John. It also listed the names of the 4 songs that were included in the album: Death Metal, Stabilizers for Big Boys, Laputa, and The Eyes of a Bad. From a quick glance, 4chan users believed that the band was likely Japanese. This was because of a few different reasons. Firstly, there was an anime girl on the front, and they were able to recognize she was from the manga Mint na Bakura. They were even able to find the exact page that the front cover art was taken from. Other users pointed out that one of the song's names is Laputa, a reference to the Japanese Studio Ghibli movie, Castle in the Sky. The band name also closely resembles the popular Japanese arcade game, Panchiko, where people can go out to gamble and win various prizes. Even though the band members clearly enjoyed Japanese culture, users on 4chan were quickly able to debunk the theory that they were from Japan. It just didn't make any sense because the members of the band didn't have Japanese names. Along with this, the whole album was in English. But the most convincing evidence lies with the stickers on the front of the album. Even though the picture is blurry, one 4chan user enhanced it and made out some of the information. They were able to pinpoint that it was bought at an Oxfam charity store, which only exists in the UK. Oxfam charity stores exclusively sell donated items, which would make it nearly impossible to track down exactly where the album came from. However, because it was donated to that store, it's likely that the band is British. The song also had a dream pop vibe, which was popular in England at the time of the album's creation. Soon after all of these findings, the thread would begin to die down, and many users on 4chan would go off to bed for the night. Although, many of the users had a lingering thought in the back of their heads. Would they ever solve the mystery of Panchiko, or would it be left forever as an obscure thread that popped up on 4chan one night? They would just have to wait and see. At this point, Panchiko was still an obscure thing on the internet that only a select few knew about, but word would slowly begin to spread. Users would occasionally talk about the album on various forums and share the song files with one another. During this time, little to no progress was being made in the actual search. However, after years of obscurity, everything changed when one user uploaded the album to YouTube in 2019. This video would amass thousands of views, which would spark a newfound interest in finding Panchiko, and now more people than ever were determined to help. Users on 4chan, YouTube, Reddit, and even random forums from all around the globe decided to create a Discord community to put all their findings in one place so that they could put an end to this mystery once and for all. After the Discord server was set up, Zod, the user leading the search for Panchiko, revisited an archived version of the initial 4chan thread and found an interesting comment.
It says 200 on the cover. I feel like I've seen this album before. It didn't happen to be located in the Southampton Oxfam music store, did it?
Because of this, users on the Discord server decided to email the Southampton store in hopes they would have some more information. Although, after some careful investigations, the employees didn't recognize the album at all. So in desperation, users looked up every single musician in the Southampton area with the first names that were listed as members of Panchiko, but still no luck. However, there's one small piece of information that the users would still seem to overlook: the stickers on the front of the album. Even though it initially led to the search to the Oxfam charity stores, the Discord users decided that there was probably some more information they could pull from it. It took a bit of time, but one user was able to use the barcode to pinpoint the exact Oxfam store where the album was purchased. So Zod updated everyone on Discord with the new find.
Everyone, we may have found the location of the album's existence. Whether or not this is gonna help is uncertain. Basically, by looking up the last 4 digits of the code on the sticker that's on the front cover and Oxfam on Google, an Oxfam store in Sherwood, Nottingham, shows up under different articles. If this is it, then this could help quite a bit.
At this point, users were now feeling like they were making some progress, and the morale was at an all-time high. Users would follow every lead they came across, from looking more into the barcode, to asking the store, to searching for any connections with the band name in Sherwood. But one user decided to do something different from the rest. There was one name on the back of the album that was unique: Owain. Because of this, the user decided to once again look up all the musicians in the area, but this time, they would focus on everyone with the first name of Owain and do an extremely thorough search. So every single Owain that had online profiles connected to Sherwood, Nottingham, and the surrounding areas was contacted by this anonymous user. They searched everything from old websites, to blog posts, to social media, to even looking at residential records. But unfortunately, after exhausting every lead, only a handful of them messaged back. Well, that is, until one user stumbled across a Facebook page, which is connected to Nottingham. The page is interesting as it showcases psychedelic visuals, along with some vibey electronic music. Even though the Facebook page hasn't been active for over 8 years, it was owned by the music producer Owain Davies. After visiting his Facebook profile, which was also inactive, The anonymous user asked him one simple question.
Are you the singer from Panchiko?
Even though many of the Owains in the area didn't respond, after some time, this one did. I'll let Zod's post in the Panchiko Discord speak for what had happened.
Everyone, well, we did it. After 4 years of nothing being known, we found Owain. I'm unsure if he wants his identity revealed, but after reaching out to him, he has confirmed that he is in fact our Owain. He said to me he has no plans of releasing a clean copy, and that the current version was not supposed to sound as distorted as it is. If you wish to stay on the server in hopes of him deciding to try to find the original version and release it, you're free to do so. Thank you for helping with the search, and I hope we can get the clean version.
And after only 4 months of the server being up, they had finally solved the mystery. But the story doesn't end just quite yet. Owain got in touch with the other band members, and they were astonished. Many of them went on to live their lives, and haven't thought of Panchiko in over 20 years. Unfortunately, higher quality versions of the song weren't readily available. This is because they recorded the music back when they were around 17 years old, and didn't have the top of the line equipment to work with. Only about 30 copies of the album were ever made, most of them going out to record labels, friends, and family. They would then go on to produce a few more songs for the next album, but after they didn't receive any good deals from the labels, the band would slowly fade out into obscurity. Soon after, the band would be disbanded, and the members would go their separate ways. Anyways, soon after Owain was found, one of the other band members named Andy was added to the Discord. He would share the good news that one of his friends was able to recover a copy he gave him years ago. This version had no disc rot or any issues, so he was able to remaster it online. On February 16, 2020, the remastered version was released to the public, along with a few other new tracks that Andy was able to find. Panchiko became one of the best-selling albums on Bandcamp for a short period. Because of all the positive feedback from the internet, Panchiko decided to get back together to make new music. About a year after the remastered release, they even began hosting some live shows in Nottingham. But it didn't stop there. They ended up going on tour in both the United States and the United Kingdom. And they even have another tour scheduled for the fall of 2024. And that's where we're at right now. And it's all because of one obscure 4chan post back in 2016 and a driven community to find the lost album, Panchiko.